Hey Void, I'm on a roll tonight, huh? Okay, so, continuing my Shudder trek from a couple weeks ago. This one was me just deciding to just pick one that I wanted to see, because otherwise I'm not going to get to any of the recent ones on Shudder, which would be a shame. Now, this one's only semi recent as it came out in 2019, but I'm way back in the annals still, so it's going to take me a while. And this one's gotten some fairly good reviews, and the box art does look like an old 80s box art for me, so it kind of grabbed my attention, and I've heard it's a good kind of tongue-in-cheek horror film, so I decided to give it a shot. And that is Scare Package, which, yeah, that name is kind of lame, but it's trying to be. So, this one kind of hit a sweet spot for me because it's set in a video rental store. And I've said it on a couple of my videos way back when, but I don't really talk about it too much anymore. I used to manage a video store. Big surprise, huh? Movie guy managed a video store. Yeah, well, worked my way up from as my first job and worked all my up to management position before, well, the industry started dying on me. Well, anyway, this Scare Package. It's an anthology series that primarily follows. It's the wraparound segment is where set in a video rental store run by Rad Chad, who seems to be big into horror films, and his Scare Package is get rent. I think it's like rent 4 movies, get the 5th one free, and there's 5 segments. Ha. Anyway, a lot of what the segments are is them putting on videos or are talking about videos, and it starts showing the movie in question. It's an interesting way to go about it, and it was working for me. And I was excited when the movie started. The cold open segment that they do, it was kind of clever about about this guy who's setting up the horror movie to be going, but ends up he's supposed to just set it up so he's the guy who goes and cuts the wires so the house goes dark before the killer shows up. He's an off-screen kind of guy who's like in tech support for a horror movie that's real, but he's like the guy making it happen. And it was clever. I was thinking, okay. Fortunately, most of the other segments aren't nearly as clever. Some of them are okay, but none of them are really driving it home. I can barely even remember them this far along. There's one where it's like this diseased hiker chases and a killer are in the woods, and that one was fine, and it showed the sense of humor. But then some of the other ones just weren't grabbing me as much. The one where it sounds like it's going to be this big exploitation thing, it really wasn't. I will say the one where he keeps coming back was, again, had some potential, where it's this killer who keeps coming back, and this is like part 15, and they tied him to the chair. They're going to find a way to kill him, but they keep accidentally dying. It was fun, but it just felt like it could have been more. And that's why this whole kind of movie feels like it could have been more. And the last part of the movie, it seems like they're trying to do a cabin in the woods, where suddenly he's in this. Then Rad Chad himself wakes up in a horror movie center, recognizes all the tropes, and he's trying to use that to survive. And then Joe Bob Briggs shows up to literally playing himself to try to help him escape. There's a lot of clever things going on there, but Cabin in the Woods did a lot better. And this one, it's got some decent humor, but some of the ones towards the end kind of hit and miss. I do appreciate some of the references that they were throwing in there, because they throw in a lot of references, but the movie itself was just okay. The wraparound segments are pretty much about him hiring a new employee and giving him the tour, and then this obnoxious customer who wanted that job keeps harassing him, which it's fine, but it's one of those awkward cringe kind of humors where Brad Chad is just such an awkward guy, and the infantile guy who wanted the job is just obnoxious. I wanted to like this movie more than I did. It's fine, but I was kind of hoping for a bit more. The soundtrack is actually pretty good. I mean, it has that 80s horror feel, and because a lot of the segments are as short as they are, they just don't feel fleshed out. Like, something weird will happen for no reason, and then it'll just end. And it works better in some than in others. Like, the Slumber Party one just felt odd. Like, it didn't... Its start was weird, and it just didn't go anywhere. Alright, I think that's more or less all I've got really to say on Scare Package. It does have a sequel that just came out, but from what I was reading, the reviews aren't as good on that one, and since I wasn't really sold on this one, I don't know if it's not going to be a priority for me to see. That one just came out. I might actually have to wait on that one until my Shudder Trek actually catches up to it. This was fine, I will say. It's not a bad movie by any means. It killed the night, but I think because I kind of got it hyped up a little bit, I was hoping for more. As it stands, I'll give it 5 MacGuffins. It's worth 5 MacGuffins. Yeah, it'll kill a night. All right, that's pretty much all I got on Scare Package.